everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I make my red apple clock. So these are the things we'll be needing to accomplish this. We need a plate for size because the person that I'm making this for told me they wanted their red apple clock to be the size of a plate. So we're going to try to get as close as we can to that. We need a clock, red clock. I got this red clock from Walmart for only $4, $3 some change, with tax probably $4. We'll need just one piece of newspaper. Don't need a whole lot, just one piece of newspaper. Or you can use regular handwriting paper, or you can use magazine papers, just whatever you have handy. We need some brown spray. Brown spray. Now you want to get the spray that bonds to anything. This one bonds to wood, metal, plastic, and more. That's what you want to get. We need some apple spray. Again, you want to make sure it bonds to everything. Wood, plastic, metal, and more. Because I made the mistake of painting a wood table. I don't know what kind of paint I purchased, but it will not stick on that wood table. I will put a cup down, pick the cup up. The paint will be at the bottom of the cup. I'm like, why is my paint not sticking? That was why. Okay. You need a box cutter or some scissors. One or the other. I find that when you're cutting on the box, it's easier to use a box cutter. You need some project board. I got this project board from the Dollar Tree. Only costs $1. And, you know, if you know about the project board in the Dollar Tree, it comes and it folds out. I just cut the folds off each end. So I picked up about 3 packs of apples. I got this one from Hobby Lobby. And I got this one, a pack of these from Michael's. I like to shop at different stores for my apples because they have different apples, different size apple. Some of them are glazed, some of them are dull, and I like that they have the different apples. So that's why I picked up those. I don't know if you can see the difference in size. Usually I'll use the big apples as well. But because the clock that I'm making is smaller, I will not be using the big apples because it would take up most of the surface of the clock. We're going to cut out a circle in our board. Here's the board. The board is all dry now. And so now we're just going to draw a circle. So we're going to use that pen to draw a circle in the board. Now when we draw a circle in the board, we want to draw the bottom line facing the clock, that bottom layer. You see how it has 1, 2, 3 layers? We're going to draw the bottom layer. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now we're going to draw an apple shape around the outline of the circle we just drew around the cutout. Now we cut out the apple shape. Now you're going to make sure that the hole that you cut out, the circle that you cut out for the clock shape, fits the clock snugly. Is that a word? You want to make sure it fits the clock really, really well. If you notice that some pieces need to be cut, you can take your box cutter and cut out those little pieces to make it fit perfectly, like I'm doing here now. Careful not to cut the clock. You don't want to have scrapes and bruises and cuts in your clock. As you see, it fits snug without gluing or anything. It's not going to come off on its own unless you take it off. So that's what you want, a snug, tight fit. So now we're going to use the glue gun to glue it in place. And I like to do half of one side of the apple first because the glue from the glue gun dries really quickly. And so if I break it down into pieces, that ensures that it all sticks. You also want to make sure that the dip at the top of the clock meets up with the 12. You don't want a crooked clock, a crooked apple. That would not look good. So let's begin gluing. Once you get it glued, you want to press down the side that you have glued to ensure a tight fit. That it's not going anywhere and that it's actually bonding together. Now let's do the other side. As you can see, the 12 is matching up with the dip at the top, and the 6 is matching up with the dip at the bottom. That's what you want to ensure that your clock is even with the apple. Now I'm just placing the apples on top of the board so I can just get an idea of how I want them to go. They will roll all over the place, so I'm sitting a lot of them just straight up. It helps them not to roll. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, is just getting an idea of what I want to do, how I want it to look. I cut some of the corners off on the bottom because it was looking too wide at the bottom for me and it wasn't taking on an apple shape to me. So as you can see on the video, I cut off the corners and then I start applying my apples again. I cut up some of the apples halfway so that I can make them fit, because I didn't have really small apples for this project. Next time, if you like for me to show you, I can show you how to make do it yourself, create your own small apples out of clay that you can stick on your clock as well, rather than cutting the apples in half like I'm doing here. It all worked out just as well. It looks just as good if you cut the apples or if you make smaller apples. So either way, the clock is still looking good. Now know that you notice the white parts, the foam from the apple pieces that I cut up. And you see this skin here comes from another apple. I'm going to be taking skin off other apples and gluing them on to the white foam so that you can tell, so that you cannot tell that that was ever there. Now we're going to be folding our newspaper up to make our stem. Then we're going to size the stem up against the clock to make sure that it's a good fit. Now we're going to take some tape and tape the stem. You want to make sure you tape it real tight so you can get a nice snug firm grip, and that none of the pieces, none of the tape will start breaking off or breaking apart. Like the stem will stay firmly secured the entire time, the entire lifespan of the clock. So here it is, the stem completely taped up. Now I'm going to spray it with the brown spray paint. Now the stem is dry and I've applied it to the clock, and I'm securing it down with some extra hot glue. Okay guys, here it is. The red apple clock. Now all I have to do is apply my leaf onto it. But here it is on the wall with the leaf. Here is the green apple clock. It is bigger than the red apple clock. That's why you see bigger apples. I have more room to work with. And here are some snapshots of me making it. I hope you guys really liked my video. Please don't forget to click the red subscribe button up under the video and give me a thumbs up if you really liked the video. Please leave your comments below. I enjoy reading the comments and I enjoy hearing what you have to say. Thank you for visiting me. Bye for now.